because he always used to attack when like
I think like.
All you man that doubted Victor Gyokeres, please stay over that side. Everyone that doubted Lewis-Skelly, stay over there. And everyone that gave up on our son Bukayo Saka, I don't want to hear it. Obviously, we beat Fulham 3-0. Shout out to Max Dowman for getting his minutes. I have to big up Trossard. That's the best you played in a minute. It will be lost, yeah. Magalhaes on the ball. Saliba in general, as well as on the ball. Fantastic, as was Calafiori. And there were stages where them lot almost linked up for a goal. Raya coming off his line. It felt like I saw someone tweet, that was pink shirt Arsenal. I know the game can't always be played like that. Every game is different. The way Fulham kind of set up and how they probably were a bit scared, if I'm honest, and the way mentally we were prepared, that probably, you know, made everything happen. It's the best game you've seen in a while. I know people think, oh, don't Fulham. Bro, you lot that, yeah, listen, and I'm having a bit of fun here, and I know it's a squad game and all of that kind of stuff, yeah, but you lot that do this whole Kai Havertz, there's sections of our fan base, innit? You Kai Havertz over Gyokeres, man. Some of you were saying Noni Madueke over Saka. Some of you were chatting shit about Juri and Timber and saying Benjamin White. There's wasses. Some of you were even saying we shouldn't have bought Hincapié, let alone we keep Calafiori. You lot stay over there, bro. You lot that were saying, oh, and Miles Lewis-Skelly can't play midfield. Shut up, man. Mikel Arteta, why is it taking so long to do certain things? I'm telling you, Mikel, yeah. Zubamendi, Declan Rice, Miles Lewis-Skelly, bring me a next midfielder. If Norgard stays and you got Kai and Marino, it's a long season. There can be some kind of cover in there. We could be set. I don't care, in truth, if Miles Lewis-Skelly is playing at left back or in central midfield, but the man is a midfielder. His ability to win fouls, his ability to break the lines, always wants the ball, you know, popping up on the left-hand side of midfield and the right. Obviously, he played a part in, I'm sure, the first goal in it before he's giving it to Saka. Saka's done his magic, laid it on a plate for Gyokeres. With Gyokeres is so ugly, it's beautiful, bro. People say, oh, it's only Fulham, it's a flat track bully. But last season, you lot were saying, oh, we struggle against these kind of sides. I don't know what's going on. All I want from Gyokeres is that. Arguably, that's his best performance in an Arsenal shirt. The general play thing, he does what he can. Just be in the box, score those ugly tap-ins, and keep it moving. They even said he can't score headers, and it's so ugly, it's beautiful. For all the things that I said about Gyokeres, yeah, he's a limited striker. One, get the limitations out of him. He's got a lot of deficiencies. And I do think his general play is improved. But I do think in football, for every footballer, yeah, we always focus on what they aren't rather than what they are. And you lot have seen, I've been trying to like bang this drum of accepting players for what they are, really and truly. Do you get where I'm going? I will never give up on Gyokeres. You know, if we could get Julian Alvarez in his second choice, great, but I'll never give up on you. You did everything to sign for this football club. If there's one thing I can't question, it's your mentality and being able to hold that. You know, all the noise with his whole transfer, with the whole sporting Arsenal kind of stuff, you know, the fact that he's wearing the number 14, the fact that we've wanted a striker, the fact that I think a lot of people were very naive. If you just go on and look at his highlights and his goals, we were crying for a striker. He gets goals in abundance. I think you're very naive if you thought, you know, he was on another level. He's not. He's just a goal scorer, bro. He's just a striker. Obviously, adapting to the league, adapting to his teammates, all of this kind of jazz. People said Saka don't like Gyokeres don't like Saka, all of that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, he's still on course for 20-odd goals, 13 in the Premier League. Bearing in mind there's been injuries, bearing in mind there's an offensive tax in terms of generally this season and last season and the season before, Arteta's attacking tactics. Put the handbrake down, we could score some goals, you know. And again, stood up against Atletico Madrid, bagged the pen, should have had an assist. Stood up yesterday, very unfortunate not to get a hat-trick. He did miss a chance, but I feel Arteta could have left him on. I understand it. There's no Marino, there's no Kai Havertz. Big up Kai Havertz. It is a squad game, but in the same way, I'm not looking at Gyokeres for general play. I'm not looking at Kai Havertz to score goals. This is what we need to do, bro. Like, Gyokeres, man. Gyokeres, bro. I told man about Gyokeres. I never gave up on Saka. You can see Saka looks free, whether it's his hip, his Achilles, his ankle, whatever it is, he looks free, looks confident. He's not playing with a mental handbrake on. He's putting man on, you know, he's sitting man on their arse. He's scoring goals, getting assists. Well, you can never gaslight me. He's world class. I don't care. He's top 5 in his position. I do not care. I don't care. Gyokeres FC to the end. Back in Bukayo. Know what Lewis-Skelly brings to the table. Big up Trossard. Best game in a while. Probably unfortunate not to score. The whole team, like, credit where due. The whole team. Main thing is you did patting up the goal difference. You did get the 3 points. You did keep the clean sheet. And we build a bit of momentum now. Obviously, a decent performance against Atletico in the first leg. Beat Newcastle before that. Obviously, have dealt with Fulham. Tuesday's going to be a very difficult game. But considering it's at the Emirates and a quick turnaround and they've rested all their players, we've done all we can in it. And again, West Ham, because in truth, I'm a bit nervous for West Ham. This is the point of the season where foolishness starts happening. I know we've got a good record away against West Ham, but I'm still scarred by 2022-23. They got battered against Brentford. They're fighting for their lives, people. So everyone's got something to play for, man. But if we could just, well, we're 5 games away from having a real good end to the season, man. If we just get through to the Champions League final, if we just win all our Prem games, hopefully David Moyes, you're the original father of Mikel Arteta. Pep Guardiola's that rich dad. You were the one that taught Mikel Arteta how to kick a ball, ride a bike, tie a shoelace, throw a fist, and everything that the real dads in this life have done for their son. Pep Guardiola ain't done that. He ain't done that. He ain't put in the work that you have. You man are fighting for Europe. Come on, Moisey. Come on. And again, Arsenal, why did we do this? And I said this in a live stream, yeah. This is why I get annoyed with Arteta, and I'm even harsh on him because I know you've got the common sense and the capacity to bust Lewis-Skelly in midfield, to play more attacking football, to put Rice back in the 6. See how Rice is sourcing. I'm even forgetting to take the pressure off Zubamendi. You know, I'm going back to the Manchester City game, the man-for-man pressing and how high and the trade-offs between leaving Haaland potentially, you know, free on goal, getting Eze off the left. There's a lot of evolving that I think needs to be done. Like I said, we're 90% of the way there, man. So, but I'm excited, man. I can't lie, especially Miles Lewis-Skelly in midfield, man, if I'm completely honest. But like I said, if you weren't with Saka, with Gyokeres or Saka to the end, you're not allowed to be around here. I'm on fire. Arteta never lied, you know. April is horrible for us. May statistically is a good month, and it started off in a possible way. As Hand of Arsenal has said, 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League with 4+ GD. Only 3 games to go. We don't have to leave London for the remaining Prem games, which travelling and all that, it does help. 1 win away from securing a Champions League final spot for the first time in 20 years. Lock the fuck in Mikel Arteta, bro. Simple as that. Armacheren, you know I can't say that word there, people. But, bro, look at my number 7 and my number 14. It's not quite Robert Perez and Thierry Henry that I grew up on, but it will do for now, man. Gyokeres, say what you want, scoring goals, and his mentality, bro. You never crumble, bro. You never crumble. You do look good and meaty at the same time, but you're my striker in jeans, mentality. And whatever man say, oh, he only scores against the small clubs, slapped it on Spurs, bagged against Chelsea, bagged against Atletico Madrid ×3, done it in the semi-finals against Chelsea, done it against Inter. And again, you look at some of his goals, bro, just in the 6-yard box, man. Brentford, the first goal against Fulham, Chelsea in the game I'm suggesting, and he's a good finisher of a ball. He looks a lot more confident. Like, even if you go and look at his goals, if you was to go on YouTube right now, yeah, people, and look at all the goals he scored for Arsenal Football Club, obviously throughout his time, you would see there's obviously been times his confidence has not been there. You know, we've been a long way. You know, we used to say remember we used to say when Gyokeres comes off, teams start going further forward. Gyokeres FC, we've been in the trenches, finding excuses, but if you go and look at him, he looks like mentally I've accepted I'm an Arsenal player, because I do think there's that culture shock. If you do sign for Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United in particular, even when he scored against Atletico Madrid in the league phase, bit of a muted celebration. Again, ugly finishes. If there's one thing this man can do is score goals. And I know the present day, you need to be able to work the channels and make runs, and he can do all of that. His general play is not as bad as people make out. But he has done what we need, a striker that scores goals. And even if we look at the attacking unit, yeah, at least we know what Gyokeres is. He's a goal scorer. Kai, I don't know. Especially if you were to get Julian Alvarez or another striker, and you've got Gyokeres, and Lewis-Skelly's going to get in midfield, and Rice, and obviously you've got Zubamendi. What does that mean for Kai in midfield? What does that mean for Kai long term? Because I do think, not this summer, but next summer, Kai Havertz, Odegaard, 2 years left. It'd be interesting to see what we do with those, man. But yeah, Gyokeres got man of the match. You can't style him. He's become just the 3rd Premier League player to score 20+ goals across all comps. Haaland's got 35, Thiago's got 25, Gyokeres has 21, and I believe 13, 14 in the league. And even if you don't rate Gyokeres and you think he's horrible and the worst striker we've had and all this kind of jazz, then that means you have to rate what he's done more. Because that means he's over-excelled in your expectations. 13 in the league, apologies, 5 in the Champs, 1 in the FA Cup, 1 in the League Cup. He's always down for it. You're always down for the cause, man. He becomes the first Arsenal player to score 20+ goals in all comps in their first season since Alexis Sanchez in 2014-15. Imagine if we had Alexis Sanchez able to play on the left wing, or even a 2-2 Aubameyang, what would be the case? We never stop believing. We're not going to. That's how it is. There's a lot to play for still. There's not too many games left. We're in a good position, so we feel it close to something special. My guy, and listen, I don't need to talk about Miles Lewis-Skelly. 49, Lewis-Skelly. We're here, bro. He don't need to leave, bro. Future of this football club. In fact, he's the present and the future. 97 pass accuracy, 7 draws won, 6 times he's won possession. Again, it wasn't, you know, the game where you're going to be tested in the other unglamorous things of midfield, but nonetheless, you can only play what's in front of you. And we all know, had he stunk out the plays, people would have talked nonsense. But 4 fouls, 4 final third entries, 2 tackles, 1 chance created, and then even that couple of good passes. Like I think early doors, there was one for Trossard. We know what Miles Lewis-Skelly has. He's got the mentality, he's got the technical ability. He wants the ball, can break the lines, can force the issue. Just everything, man. Just comfy. And bro, I'll never give up on Bukayo, bro. I'll make every excuse. It's Bukayo. We got 20 million problems at this football club. Bukayo's not one. Trossard completed 6 take-ons against Fulham, his most ever in a Premier League game. He completed all 100 of them, people. That puts him third on the list. Saka did in 2026 against Wolves. He also completed 6 out of 6. Jack Wilshere had 7 against Brighton 2018. I can't lie, I wouldn't have got that. And Saka had not scored for 11 games, and his last home goal came on the 3rd of December. And now look at him. And when Arteta is saying that, I think we had the Bukayo that we know about. Come on, if anyone wants to go through purple patches or find their feet and things like that, now's the time, man. Now is the time. Saka has now been directly involved in 150 goals across all comps for Arsenal Football Club. 10 goals, 8 assists in all comps for Bukayo. And he sat my man on his arse, pull it on a plate for Gyokeres. He's been directly involved in 150 goals for Arsenal, 70 assists, 80 goals. And let's not forget when he was doing left-back shifts and all these things. Youngest player to make 200 Premier League starts, Saka's there with 24 years of age, 239 days. Rio, Rooney, and Barry are all up there, and they're all legends in their own right. So if you're next to them for anything, you're doing all right, man. But this is what we do at it.
You always